Now 4:30 on WKYT this morning, a man was arrested and charged overnight after a Lexington pizza delivery driver was found stabbed to death last week.
The city of Baltimore erupting in riots after the funeral for the man who died of a spinal injury while he was in police custody.
And today begins one of the biggest cases to go before the U.S. Supreme Court in decades, the fight over same-sex marriage.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning. Nice to have you with us on WKYT. Here we are bright and early on your Tuesday. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. A little bit of a chill in the air. For the latest on that, let's turn to Micah Harris.
And we're looking for mostly cloudy skies here for right now. But as we approach the late morning hours, that's when we start to see a lot of sunshine. So once the sun does rise, some of us will see a lot of sunny skies. Some of us, a few clouds here and there. And the clouds are helping out big time down south. London at 45 degrees, Danville at 39. We're starting to get toward that frost talk as we get off toward the mid-30s for some of us, not all of us. And by the afternoon, 63, still a bit cool. I mean, it's basically what you saw yesterday. It's what you're going to be seeing today. But what about Derby Day? How does that look now? I'll show you that coming up in your 7-day, about 10 minutes.
Okay, we'll see you then. And WKYT News tracking a developing story in Lexington this morning. A man has been arrested and charged with murder of a Lexington pizza delivery driver.
30-year-old Antonio Lewis was taken to jail by Lexington police about 1 o'clock this morning. He's charged with murder and robbery. 22-year-old Salahuddin Jitmood was found stabbed to death in an apartment complex Breezeway last Sunday. Jitmood was delivering a pizza at the apartment on Trent Circle around 10:45 when police say he was killed.
This morning we're tracking chaos in Baltimore. At last check, 15 officers have been injured. Businesses have been looted, cars set on fire as violence is plaguing the city right now.
Yeah, it's really been just terrible to watch. All this reportedly after the death of Freddie Gray. An investigation underway after he died while in police custody. CBS's Edward Lawrence joins us with the latest from Baltimore this morning.
Thousands of armed National Guard members have taken position on the ground in Baltimore, where tensions continue to escalate over the death of Freddie Gray. Hours after the 25-year-old was laid to rest Monday, the city descended into chaos. Authorities say protesters, many of them teenagers, pelted officers with objects, including rocks and sticks. Police responded with pepper spray. Demonstrators looted stores, damaged cars, and set fires. The governor of Maryland issued a state of emergency Monday night.
We had opposite ends of the city pulling us at the same time, so extra resources here will allow us to get on top of the issues at multiple locations.
Close to 30 arrests were made and more than a dozen officers injured. As night fell, members of Gray's family emerged to condemn the violence.
I want y'all to get justice for my son, but don't do it like this here.
Baltimore's mayor imposed a citywide week-long curfew, which goes into effect tonight.
What we're seeing isn't anger, it's destruction of a community. The same community they say they care about, they're destroying.
Gray died more than a week ago from a severe spinal injury after being taken into police custody. The newly sworn-in Attorney General, Loretta Lynch, says the Justice Department will send 2 officials to Baltimore as it continues its own investigation into Gray's death. Edward Lawrence for CBS News, Baltimore.
Well, Baltimore public schools closed today. Late Monday night, a senior home under construction was on fire. Officials are investigating the cause of the fire. They say there is no confirmation that it is connected to the all-out riots.
Rescue workers and medical teams from at least a dozen countries are in Nepal this morning. They're trying to find and treat victims from Saturday's massive earthquake. The death toll has eclipsed 4,400 people. At least 4 Americans have died. Hundreds remain stuck in the country. As aftershocks continue, U.S. help is on the way. C-17 cargo planes taking food, water, and medical supplies are heading now to the country.
I'm announcing that the United States will provide an additional $9 million for Nepal earthquake response and recovery efforts.
U.S. first responders are also on hand, among them urban search and rescue teams from Fairfax, Virginia, and Los Angeles counties' fire departments.
Later today, the U.S. Supreme Court will hear arguments for and against same-sex marriage bans. Marriage bans in Kentucky and 3 other states are at the center of the issue here. Many couples from Kentucky have filed lawsuits seeking the right to have marriages recognized in the bluegrass state. They're in Washington, D.C. for today's arguments. They tell us that they think marriage should be a right for all gay couples.
We've learned to live with it, but it's something that we want, of course, future families to not have to do.
Supreme Court ruling isn't expected until sometime this summer. Kentucky U.S. Senator Mitch McConnell, along with 56 members of Congress, signed a brief asking the Supreme Court to avoid imposing a redefinition of marriage on the states. Well, there were some new developments in another gay rights issue, this one in Lexington. A Fayette County judge ruled in favor of a Lexington business that refused to print T-shirts for the city's Gay Pride Festival.
Hands On Originals cited its Christian beliefs as the reason for not printing the T-shirts, and the judge ruled the business had the right to do that. But as WKYT's Monique Blair tells us, this issue is not over yet.
Lexington's Fairness Ordinance.
Essentially, under our local law, you cannot refuse service to anyone based on a protected category, in this case sexual orientation.
Last year, Lexington's Human Rights Commission declared the T-shirt printing company Hands On Originals violated that ordinance, but the T-shirt company quickly appealed, its attorneys saying the company was utilizing its right to religious freedom. On Monday, a judge reversed the Human Rights Commission declaration. The ruling brought down Monday says Hands On Originals didn't print the T-shirts because of the message advocating sexual activity outside the marriage between one man and one woman. But Human Rights Commission Executive Director Raymond Sexton believes there was more to it. He says if this was all about the message on the shirt, Hands On Originals would have rejected the Gay and Lesbian Service Organization's order from the beginning.
It was not. It wasn't until they found out who the group was and what the members consisted of, that's when they decided to reject their business.
Hands On Originals owner Blaine Adamson's attorney Jim Campbell released a statement today saying in part, the court rightly recognized that the law protects Blaine's decision not to print shirts with messages that conflict with his beliefs, and that no sufficient reason exists for the government to coerce Blaine to act against his conscience in this way. In Lexington, Monique Blair, WKYT.
The Lexington Human Rights Commission met last night, and they say that if the Gay and Lesbian Services Organization wants them to, the commission will appeal the ruling.
Well, this morning, a Madison County business owner says large hail damaged every car on his car lot over the weekend. Luke Linville owns County Line Auto Sales near Berea. He says 14 cars had dents or cracked windshields. Linville says he only has liability insurance, and that will not cover the damage. He's not sure how much it will cost to repair the cars.
You don't have no comprehensive, that, a hailstorm or a tornado is your worst fear.
Linville also said this comes as he's still dealing with the loss of his son, who died just a few weeks ago. He says he hopes to still sell some of the cars, but he's not sure how much the hail damage will knock off their values.
Lexington firefighters now say a fire that damaged a vacant building was set on purpose. The fire damaged a building on Eureka Springs Drive Sunday afternoon. No one was injured, but firefighters say the building has so much damage that it can't be used right now. Firefighters have not said what led them to determine that the fire was arson. So far, no arrests have been made in that case.
Well, her owner can't understand why this would happen. This morning, a Perry County dog is recovering after police say someone shot her with a crossbow. And now police are trying to figure out exactly who is responsible for this. Jordan Valines has the story.
She's not a dog to me. She's part of the family.
A family member that was found injured, bleeding on Michael Clemens' front porch last Saturday.
I got the call around 3:30 saying that my dog had been shot. Honestly, I don't know any human that would want to harm such a loving dog.
He tells us someone shot his dog Midnight through the chest using a bow and arrow. Clemens immediately brought Midnight to the local vet, all the while preparing for the worst.
At first, I did not. I didn't think she was going to make it.
Miraculously, Midnight pulled through, greeting her owner at the animal hospital Monday, tail wagging with the good news of a full recovery.
They have a different mentality than we do. All they want to do is be loved.
Now Clemens is determined to find the person who put his beloved pet in harm's way and who could have seriously harmed others as well.
I'm mad that my dog got shot, yeah, but what if they'd have missed her and hit a kid or someone else?
Kentucky State Police is investigating this incident. So far, they have no leads. In Perry County, Jordan Valines, WKYT.
Well, if you'd like to donate money towards the dog's medical bills, you're asked to contact the Appalachian Animal Hospital in Hazard. We have the phone number on our website, WKYT.com.
Good to see the dog doing okay now. Good to have you with us on WKYT this morning. Our time is 4:40 on your Tuesday.
Thanks for joining us this morning. Divorce is difficult for children, but parents can make it easier. Moms Every Day will tell us how, coming up.
Still looking at those chilly temperatures outside this morning. Cool the next few days, but there is a warm up in the forecast, and I'll show you when you can expect that coming up.